What up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Third Down Thursdays. Yours truly, Coach Bruce. It's back. Unfortunately, MJ is not here tonight. He's got some stuff going on for work. So it's like we're missing like every other week together. I don't know what's going on with that. So I apologize to everybody about that. But we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, the leader of the Davis Division, co-host of The Breakdown with Nate Nasty Nuss. We have Connor Davis. Connor, what's up, buddy?
You know my official title, Bruce?
Jackass?
No.
No?
No, I'm literally the most electrifying co-host in sports entertainment.
All right, there you go. I think that was the self-proclaimed thing, but
no, that's my title, Bruce. That's my.
all right. I mean, I get it. But again, I think that was like I said, self-proclaimed. But let's start off with this. I know what you got, a little Wolfpack thing going on there.
Hello.
No, I was just excited, and so I
So
wanted
when
to
you
do something with my hands.
So when you get excited, hold on, time out.
It
So
was like a Shinsuke type thing right here.
when you get excited, you do the Wolfpack symbol, then, huh? So you're an NWO guy. Oh, that's great. That's a good way to start a freaking show by eating food. You don't do that shit on the breakdown. Well, you better sub your ass out right now. Sai, get your ass in here.
I saw this one coming.
I closed it.
I saw this one coming.
Kick Connor out. Connor, when you're ready to go, eat your food.
Close
Go
food.
eat your food. Go eat your food.
Go eat.
It's a great
Go
way
eat.
to
I mean,
start.
I'm not gonna finish it by the time Davis Division is.
Whatever. Go eat your food. Sai, let's go. Let's go, dog.
Go. Leave. All right.
All right.
How we doing, Bruce? How we doing today?
Hey, man, I'm hanging in there, dude. So, unfortunately, last week, I got COVID. So, I got super sick, dude. It was bad, man. I was laid up. I wasn't moving. I had aches, I had pains. But you know what though? Again, it's just like the flu. I said it, people. I said it. It's just like the damn flu. I ended up, all I did was drink fluids. One day I had a real bad fever, and then after that it broke, and then I had bad body aches. It's gone now. Everything's good to go. I just have a cough left over. I've gone to the gym like 4 days like in a row again, feeling a little bit.
He's great.
Huh?
I said he's good. He's great. Like,
dude, feeling strong again. Feeling strong again. Life's good. I have complaints, but not related to me personally. I'm all good. No complaints.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to, later on in the show, we could talk about that and, when we cross that bridge, let's just say it like that. But everything's good, dude. No complaints, man. I just wish the team that I root for was playing a lot better. And if I could, watch another team or team, excuse me, that I like. But can't do either one of those either. So
I know,
aside from that, life's good. How you doing, Sai?
Hey, we're chilling. We're living life. There you are, Jack. There he is. Already starting with the dang propaganda. Anyways, life's good. Life's good. No complaints. Rather Braves are back, so I'm able to actually watch college basketball now, which makes me feel great, even though I'm in Texas and I'm not there, but like
good call. Good freaking call on that, dude. Because watching I've been watching I watched the North Carolina Kansas game. Watched which was an awesome game. I watched the Duke. Who was it? Duke. Who they played? It wasn't Michigan State. I can't remember who it was.
I don't know. I can't remember, but
it was Kentucky.
Thank you. That's who it was. You're right. I was gonna say, but saying all of that, Cooper Flag is legit. Like that young man, I'm telling you, whoo, buddy.
Future Chicago Bull. Mark it out.
All right, I'll say this right now. If the Chicago Bulls somehow manage to get the #1 pick and get Cooper Flag, then and only then I will get that bullshit network.
Yeah.
I said it. All right. But anyway, sorry. So you were saying, though, so you've been watching college basketball?
Watching a good amount of college basketball, which is like non-conference season is the best time to me for college basketball because you get all these matchups that you just don't really expect. Like we have North Florida, a typically nobody team who is putting 100 points up on Power 5 teams like Georgia Tech. Like, and I get to watch my boys who are actually good this year, and just things are good. And little schedule announcement. For those who don't know, TDT Media, aka myself, is going to be live in person in Dallas, Texas this Saturday for SMU versus Boston College, which for those who aren't aware about SMU right now, they are the 14th ranked team in the country fighting for a spot in the college
They're
football.
balling right now.
They are balling. They're wearing their blackout
balling.
jerseys. I think I'm walking into a sellout.
It's realistic for them to make it in
They're
too.
a one-loss team. The only
It's a
loss
very
they had was a close game against BYU. Very realistic.
Hold on, let me pull up the rankings real quick. We weren't gonna touch on this, but I kind of do want to talk about this too. Here we go. So Boise State right now currently is in due to the fact that they are a conference leader, which is weird because they're ranked 13th, but they're in. And then Miami would be the first one out. Or no, I'm sorry, it was Georgia. Georgia, I think, was the first one out, if I remember correctly, after watching the show. But it's wild, man. SMU's 14th, like you said, one loss. And they play
first year in the ACC. They're playing Boston College.
They play Boston College next. Who's leading the ACC right now? Is it them?
I believe it is them.
I don't think it's them. No, it's not Ole Miss. Who the fuck is it again?
It's SMU.
Is it SMU?
SMU hasn't lost a conference game yet.
So
their only losses to a Big 12 team.
So saying that, SMU has a clear shot to get in with that because. So, dude, that'd be sick. That's awesome. Which
makes it, great poll. And it's subtle brag. So just pay attention to our socials, my socials, our TDT Media socials. Like,
sir, I'll be retweeting
big things. Big things.
I will be retweeting like a mug.
There we go. The boy. They're letting this guy just walk onto the sidelines during.
I know you ugly.
Like, come on now.
You ugly.
I know.
Backwards, way too high on your big ass forehead. SOB, bro. But you still make it look good.
Yep. We make it work. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
What do the kids say nowadays? You got Mew, or you got the Riz, but you're mewing right now.
That's not what we say. They say it, but that's not what I say. But
fucking dumb.
Hey, you haven't been here in a while. We missed this, but things are good. Things are great. I can't complain. Work's also going really good. I get to go. I'm going home, going back to Illinois in 2 weeks to visit the family for Thanksgiving, which I'm looking forward to. Haven't seen them since the end of August, so
yeah, that's wild, man. That'll be kind of cool.
Can't complain.
That'll be kind of cool
right now.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I know we're not going to touch on other stuff. So the one thing I do want to get to, I know because I think Chaos Central is going to be consumed by one shitty
singular topic.
But there's another situation going on in the city of Chicago. I kind of alluded to it earlier. And for those of you that don't know, who might be watching in other areas, I think Jack, if you're in the chat, I think Boston has a marquee type network like the Yankees, like delegated strictly to Boston sports or something like that. Chicago, the Cubs have something right now currently called Marquee Network, which is absolute bullshit. I don't pay for that either. So in the infinite wisdom of the Wirtz family and the Reinsdorf family, that should immediately give you a clear indication of absolute fucking idiocracy.
Immediately know what's about to be said.
What ends up happening is that's actually the second one. So the Chicago NBC Sports Network that ended up being, on the wayside, gone. It absolved. And a new network owned by half by the Reinsdorf family, half by the Wirtz family, came together to make a channel called the Chicago Sports Network, or what people are calling Chisholm. Why would you call it like that? I don't know. It's actually terrible. But they decided to make Chisholm. Okay, I understand the thought process. Chicago Sports Network, pretty cool, whatever. You don't have the Cubs and you don't have the Bears on it, but all right, cool. But you have the Bulls, Blackhawks, and Chicago White Sox. Two of those teams are owned by Jerry Reinsdorf, and we see how well they're doing right now.
Not great.
All of which are arguably either rebuilding, on the verge of rebuilding, or nice. On the verge of rebuilding, or are absolutely just in like this weird type of mediocre, good enough to be battling for a awkward play-in playoff spot, or be fucking shitty enough to, or not shitty enough to get a good pick, aka the Bulls. All right, so
exactly.
We proceed to create this network. Excuse me, they proceed to create this network. Network's going, the whole like the design of it. They pulled some people from the previous network that was absolved in when I say NBC Sports Chicago. They got some pretty cool podcasts, people for podcasts on there. Very knowledgeable Chicago sports people that have either played for like the Bears, the Bulls, the Black, just because they want to try to hype it up and get a nice, well-rounded type of situation, podcast type stuff. Well, the network drops, the season starts for the Blackhawks and the Bulls, and it's okay, everybody. All you gotta do is hook up an antenna to your TV.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you should be fine. You can get the channel.
Yeah, you got it. You got it, guys.
We are currently, Si, if I may ask, and I'm a little older than you.
Yeah. Ask away.
What year were you born?
I was born in 2004, believe it or not.
You were born in 2004.
Yes, sir.
All right. I was born in 1984. 1984 was a time frame for us to have an antenna on a TV.
It's a 20-year age gap, guys, just for those who don't know.
1984 is a time frame for us to have the bunny ears on the TV, holding it in awkward positions, being like, oh, there it is. Or flipping through on cable TV to channel 97, be like, oh my God, there's a nipple. That's how it was back in my day. Now, fast forward to 2004. All right, they started kind of getting rid of pushing to the side, and there was more cable, but here and there we started getting a digital age. All right, we're starting to get better. We're starting to kind of get like a clearer picture. Things were advertised. This is great in HD TV. Oh my God!
Oh wow! Didn't know we could do that.
HD,
it's crazy.
HD stands for high definition.
Crazy, right?
Holy shit. Now we continue. Let's fast forward to 2024, okay? Another 20 years later. Present time.
20 years later, guys.
We're streaming. We cut cables. We have everything on. Everything's online. We're feeling good.
Digital, through the cloud. Like
digital, beautiful pictures. I'm about to watch a football game while doing a podcast with my guys on Third Down Thursdays. But what the fuck does Chicago Sports Network do and say when they start off their program and their network? Buy an antenna. Go back to 1984.
The 1-2 fuck you. That's what I'm calling it.
What is going on?
Beats me.
Now
blast from the past.
And now finally they decide to say, okay, we'll make it available to you. There's no app yet, by the way. No, not an app yet. But they have it online. You can go to their website and stream it off their website and watch it on a computer currently.
But you can't roll it out with an app. Okay.
But
yeah. All right.
I'm not
all right.
done yet, Si. Si, I am not done.
Oh, I know you're not done yet.
Wait, there's more. Included with that, if you only want to watch one team, and frankly, I only want to watch the Bulls. I grew up a Bulls fan during the Michael Jordan era. I want to watch Chicago Bulls because at one point in my lifetime,
Let's go Kobe White.
They were my yes, he's a stud, by the way. Yes,
I know.
they were my favorite team because at the time the Bears were trash. They still are.
Yep.
The Cubs were trash. They had one magical year. The White Sox were trash, but in the 90s they're eh. So anyway, in the 2000s, they got a championship. But so
not the point. Don't be no longer.
It is $19.99. $19.99, $20 to watch one team.
One.
When, mind you, okay, so all right, you know what? I want the deal. Connor, I want the deal. Connor. I want, you know what? I might want to watch the White Sox sometime in the summer if I'm like chilling, there's nothing on TV, or I'm like outside, or I'm drunk. I just want to watch something, or I had friends over. I have multiple TVs at my house, so I can, so put something on. Or say I want to watch the Blackhawks. Connor Bedard. I want to watch Connor Bedard, dude. That's what I want to do. Right, stud. No, so for that price, for the amazing price of $29.99. That's $30.
For those who are doing math at home,
you can watch all three of teams absolutely suck ass. Okay, so now to do a comparison's sake, YouTube TV is $74 a month. So why the fuck am I going to pay almost half the price for all these channels comparatively to three teams?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Eats me.
I'm sorry. So I didn't mean to go on this long of a rant about this.
You did.
But we need to take into consideration the fact that I can watch all the sports that I want to watch, or I could just go on YouTube and end up watching the highlights, the 10-minute highlight clip of each respective game instead of
that's what I do.
You're right. Instead of paying,
if I can't watch it live, I game highlights. That's how I get my knowledge.
Guess what? My ass is going to end up finding some other way to watch it. I'll get a VPN. I don't give a shit.
Real.
But yeah, no, that's it, man. It's just super disappointing. I don't know. That's a microcosm, a microcosm of what Chicago sports are. What the state of whole Illinois is, to be honest with you. They're more interested in making money than for themselves and pocketing shit than actually providing for the actual consumer that's a part of the crowd watching the product and or buying products. Fuckers.
And
I know you guys missed this.
Yes, we did. But we do got a schedule. We got to follow tonight.
Yeah.
So on that note, Bruce, he hasn't got his intro in a while. You know what you need to do.
All right. Oh, I'll sit up for this one. All right. So I guess I can give him his little self-proclaimed name too, as long as he's done with his like his.
He's ready. He's ready.
He's good. All right. You done with your low main or whatever the hell it was? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the man, the myth, the legend himself, the best segment in podcast history, the man that is the co-host to the date. Oh, I almost said the date. See, I'm rusty.
Hey,
2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks.
It's been a little longer than 2 weeks, but hey, you're good. Hey, you got this.
All right. The co-host of the breakdown with the Nate Ness, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the most electrifying co-host in podcast history with the most electrifying segment in podcast history with the Davis division. Here is Connor Davis. Okay, so yeah, it got better.
Hey, you just gotta get warmed up.
Bum, bum, dum, bum,
Connor, what is your dog? Are you done eating your damn food?
Yeah, I actually ate it. Well, I was so hungry, Bruce. I get knickknacks throughout the day, and then I actually get to eat supper for once, and I go all out, you know. And then by the time this episode's over, everything's closed, so I have to do it beforehand.
That's
so
right,
that's why I had it.
Tell the masses what you have for dinner.
Oh, well, I got panda. I got me some panda. And I was waiting on the steak because if I get the chicken at Panda, I can taste it like I can tell they don't really clean their oil and grease and stuff. Sai knows what I'm talking about. Sai knows what I'm talking about. Like
I do know.
Machine, you know the
You can
machine
tell.
work.
You can tell when
You
it's
can
like,
tell.
yeah, dude.
You can
when
tell,
it's
dude.
Brother, you act as if I don't eat fucking food.
No, but I'm saying like the semantics of it. You know, it's like
Semantics is a crazy word.
the machines and stuff. It's just like you can see it. You can see it. So the fact that you're not changing it when you can see it skimming across.
Bro,
the
I could see it with
grease
those
and oil
big
and
ass
stuff.
eyes you got going on right now. I can see
Ooh
it.
yeah. Ooh yeah. I can make them eyes bigger for you, Bruce.
Hey man, I can make something else bigger for
I
you.
can raise the eye. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, let's
We're
get
20 years. We're 20 years apart. We're 20 years apart.
What you got for us, Connor?
Okay, so I thought I would go a little light. This is pretty much going to be all NFL, unless you want some college news. I got some college news too, but I was going to try to keep it lighter because we have a college athlete coming on, which I'm excited for.
We do.
So
We do.
I might keep it a little lighter. But first off, we have two situations, two teams that don't know what they are doing whatsoever. You got a team in Indiana and you got a team in Nevada. And neither one of those teams know what they want to do in terms of their franchise. And we talk about quarterbacks being the leader of the franchise. That's the people that are going to take you to the promised land, to the Super Bowl. You got to have a good one.
True.
You got Aiden O'Connell and you got Joe Flacco. Two guys that were starting and now they're not. So they bring in the people that were starting previously that got benched for Aiden O'Connell and Joe Flacco. Let's start off with the Raiders. The Raiders.
You gotta do it with like a
Yeah.
You've done it so much, and you can tell. He's
Dude,
got it
so
down
you
to
know-
us.
all right, so
You got it
all right.
down to a science. You got it down to a
He
science.
does.
You know what it is? It's a combination of the Road Warriors.
Oh, what a rush. Yeah, I know, Bruce. I know.
I know you know, Connor. I know. Anyway, continue, please.
But I want to go through each quarterback situation for Indianapolis and for Las Vegas and see if they're making the right move, because these are people that have already been benched previously in the season, and now we're seeing them come back on the field because the people that were benched for did not go to meet their expectation, right? But the people they're bringing in didn't meet that expectation either. So now you're bringing in somebody expecting something that neither one of the quarterbacks you had in previously could perform. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about Las Vegas. You had Gardner Minshew start week 1. Aiden O'Connell came in midway through the weeks, and then now you have Gardner Minshew starting for Las Vegas. These are two franchises that don't know what the heck they're doing. Did they make the right decision bringing Gardner Minshew back, or should they keep Aiden O'Connell and ride with him?
All right. I'm going to start this off. So, first things first, the first reason why Gardner Minshew came back is because Aiden O'Connell broke his thumb. I want to make that very clear. Aiden O'Connell would have kept starting. Otherwise, he got injured, was out for multiple weeks. That's why that situation happened. It also got so bad to the point with Gardner Minshew, round 2 or 3 or whichever it was, that they brought in Desmond Ridder. And Desmond Ridder was playing meaningful minutes for said Vegas team. I know. All three of these. It's like all three of these quarterbacks, it's either you're between a rock and a hard place. They fall in the middle. You aren't getting a viable option regardless, and it really sucks because they signed Minshew to a $16 million guaranteed over 2 years. He's going to be around next year. Wow. That's kind of why they're more or less leaning towards him at this moment, because they know none of these three quarterbacks can answer. They're going to take something in the first round of this year's NFL draft. There's no real doubt in my mind about that. They know they can't keep rolling out these sub-mediocre guys. So whether it's the right option or not, none of the options are good in the first place. It don't matter who it is. This team's going to not be great. They're going to go take a rookie like ideally Shooter Sanders, maybe Cam Ward, but they don't got much. They don't got much.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. And frankly, I think that their record is reflective of the quarterback options that they have. Let's just put it like that. And the best quarterback for that franchise right now is a minority owner. His name is Tom Brady. That's the best quarterback that the Raiders have right now. All right, so that being said, they're going to suck, and I do agree with you. Ideally, they're shooting for the top 3 pick, and whether that be Shooter Sanders, whether that be Ward, whether that be Dewars, I don't even know who would be the ideal person for that or for them, but Minshew will be a backup next year, and they'll probably end up having a starter rookie as their starting quarterback.
I don't like their situation. If you're gonna sign somebody, you probably should.
Minshew was like,
yeah, you probably should keep them in. I mean, it's a business, right? You're running a business. You want to win, but you're still running a business.
Mm-hmm.
You got to play who you're paying. It doesn't matter. I mean,
look at Deshaun Watson in Cleveland.
Yeah, they played him regardless because they're paying him that much money to play. It's
but how far along do you go with that until you're screwing over the other 52 players in that locker room?
Yep,
because you're also paying them too.
And you're right. It took Deshaun Watson's injury for Jameis Winston to come in and beat the Ravens, and then
it made it a lot easier to make that decision.
Yeah, but it goes to, and I'm not agreeing with this fact that you put in who you pay. I'm just saying that's the reality of it, because the NFL is so business and politic convoluted now.
Well, it's an investment. It sounds bad, but it's an investment. Players are investments, and they want to make sure that their investments are maximized and they're on the field.
But what I don't understand, and we're gonna get to Indianapolis, and I'll wait to say this when we get to Indianapolis. But okay. Indianapolis starts with Anthony Richardson, and I could tell you, and I remember saying this: a guy that didn't even throw for 3,000 yards in college went 16 for 9. Touchdown to interception ratio in college, played one full season in college. You're going to draft him top 3 because of his athleticism. You weren't drafting a quarterback. You were drafting an athlete and a project. That's who you were drafting.
You're drafting potential. But that's
and that was what I was saying before.
His potential's high.
I don't think his potential's high. He hasn't shown me anything as a quarterback.
So
his potential's high as an athlete.
I want to start on this one, honestly. I want to start on this one. I'm actually kind of glad. And Connor, I'm sorry. Did you have more on that, Connor? Did you have anything else on?
Well, I was just gonna say, to make it short, Joe Flacco came in for Anthony Richardson. They didn't like Joe Flacco's performance. Anthony Richardson's back in Sunday.
It's a completely, and those are 2 completely different types of quarterbacks there. Because as you already alluded to this, you have an athlete at the quarterback position who can run, who is pretty damn strong, but as a quarterback, it's questionable if he's able to be the decision maker that you need back there at the quarterback position. And then on the other side of it, you have Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, the old seasoned veteran, who's a pocket passer, who's going to be behind the offensive lineman. And frankly, their offensive line isn't very good. So that's the reason why it's kind of nice to have that athletic quarterback run away from the pressure. But I digress again. But they on the other hand, again, I'm going to go back to what I said about the Raiders. The Colts are a reflection of their record as well. Currently, they're at 4-6, and I believe second in their division. The Texans, right, exactly. But they have mediocre quarterbacks, and it's producing mediocre play right now because everything else around them isn't as bad as what you would expect. And frankly, that division isn't very good either.
No.
So because of that, I actually do think it's a good thing that they went back to Richardson, because you have to figure it out. You have to know. Like, this is his second year. Next year's what is his third year. You got to fit. Next year is like the decision year. You either shit or get off the pot. So you got to figure it out. I just don't like the fact. I think it was more of a situation where when he was tapping himself on the helmet saying, I need a sub. Like you can't do that as a quarterback because
he
the quarterback
was tired, Bruce. He was
right.
tired.
Your shit. You should be in shape. Okay. So I've never once seen Jaden Daniels. I've never seen that him as a rookie, like as he's running around or doing other things that he does, tap himself on the top of a helmet saying, I need a sub. Justin Fields, I never saw that when he was with the Bears. Never once saw him when he was running away because they had a trash ass offensive line. I never once saw him say, sub, I need out. I never saw that. And I do think that was part of the reason why they ended up bringing him, putting him on the bench. I really do believe that. Do I think it's right? I mean, that's subjective to the respective area, and it's subjective to the captains of that football team and the coach. Me personally, like I'd be pissed off. Like I get it. You needed a sub, but brother, like you're the quarterback. You need to be in shape. You're an NFL professional athlete. You need to be in fucking shape. So to go back to the original point, though, I actually am glad he's back in because he is the best quarterback for the Colts at this moment. And it gives them the best opportunity to review and for him to either grow or for him to just be another guy that's going to be a journeyman quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. So when I've talked a lot about this whole situation of Anthony Richardson and Joe Flacco and whether it's right decision or not, and what I've been saying since the get-go is, as a franchise quarterback that the Indianapolis Colts are viewing Anthony Richardson as, you cannot expect to tap out and not have some sort of punishment for that. He got benched for 2 weeks. I've been saying very clearly it's a week by week decision. You can't just decide, oh nope, he's not going to come back in at all. Week by week decision. Joe Flacco did not look good these 2 weeks. I hate to break it to y'all. It wasn't great. I hopefully in this time span, Anthony Richardson learned and was like, all right, I know he knows what he needs to do to be the better quarterback. The front office, the coaching staff, they knew there was going to be growing pains with Richardson. We've seen him. Are we going to keep seeing the same growing pains, or is he actually going to show us, hey, I developed a little bit. Hey, I'm not this guy. Where the Colts are at, they are 4-6. Yes, they're second in the division. They are fighting for a wild card spot. Washed up Joe Flacco is not going to get you to where they want to be. They have to bet on the upside of Anthony Richardson. If he performs, great. It's going to look a great decision. But if we see more of the same and we see if it continues to not be good, then there's a decision will have to be made. But this was the right move. This was something they kind of had to make. I feel like if you kept trying out Joe Flacco, it would have just gotten worse.
Yeah, the magic it was just gone. The magic was used
the
up
magic
last
has
year.
been gone.
The Flacco magic was on the Browns last year that we all saw and we loved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say something, though, about this.
Go for it.
I'm going to say right now, Jesus couldn't make Anthony Richardson a good quarterback. You bring Anthony Richardson as a project to Indianapolis. This is a car that is so beat up and so out of shape that a mechanic of the highest quality could not touch it and make it any better. Because you brought in an athlete and wanted him to be a quarterback. Sure, he was good in college. You know how many good college quarterbacks there were that have never made it to the NFL? I could name so many on my fingers and toes. Just because he's good in college don't mean he's going to transition well. But he wasn't good in college. He had that one. You know how Kenny Pickett got drafted high because he had that fake slide? This is the exact same thing with Anthony Richardson. He had that one play where he ran around 100 yards and 100 yards Spencer Rattler was a 5th-round pick. Get out of here, Jack Gaffney. He wasn't a 3rd overall pick. Get out of here. Get out of here. Spencer Rattler was 5th overall. His expectations are a lot different than a 3rd overall pick. Thank you very much. If I'm drafting somebody 3rd overall, I tell you right now, I was not going to draft Anthony Richardson. I wasn't going to draft somebody just because he could jump. That is it basically. You're bringing him in for Shane Steichen to work on because you're like, okay, this guy's a quarterback. He can play. He's an athlete. And I just told you, not even Jesus could make Anthony Richardson a good quarterback because he's not a quarterback.
What about Tim Tebow?
Go to college. You cannot. Tim Tebow was good. Tim Tebow was good in college.
Bro. Oh my God, no. Let's not go down.
I hate this is where we went.
Don't compare the greatest college quarterback.
I love Tim Tebow, bro. You're going to the wrong person.
Tim Tebow was good in the NFL as well. You just didn't get an opportunity. But I digress. Anthony Richardson is not a quarterback. He's an athlete. When you go not even 3,000 yards in college, and I get it, he was playing the toughest competition there is in college football. When you don't throw 3,000 yards with the receivers you had at Florida, Florida gets some dang good recruits. They are a big recruiting powerhouse, Florida is. You can get some good players over there. And when you can't make moves and you can't make stats, get out of here.
Hey, I actually have no beer in my fridge. It's kind of funny that he put that.
That's why this is even funnier. I have nothing firm.
Oh, what'd you say, Cy?
That makes it even better. You're offering absolutely nothing for Anthony Richardson.
Do you know what I would turn Anthony Richardson into if he came to New Orleans? Taysom Hill. That's exactly who he would be. Because Taysom Hill is the most athletic Mormon I have ever laid my eyes on. And Anthony Richardson could do the same thing.
What about
just on the other side? Smash a Wildcat. Smash a Wildcat.
Real quick. All right, I don't care about this anymore. Who cares? All right, did you guys see? It just came across my notification. Mike Tyson slapped Jake Paul.
Good.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw it.
It sucks because Jake Paul's probably dropping Mike Tyson tomorrow night, and no one's gonna like it, but it's gonna happen.
Dude, Mike Tyson's out of money. He had to
Iron Mike, come up with something. I don't know, man.
I trust in Iron Mike, but I
don't know,
dude,
man.
Have you watched Mike Tyson and what's his face? His name Cardone? Mike Tyson talks about how he is terrible with money.
Oh no, I have seen clips from it, but
yeah, he's like notoriously bad with money, and he hasn't gotten any.
He gave all of his financial stuff to his wife now, so that way he doesn't have to like spend any of like his money and stuff. Whatever.
Maybe he's running out.
Bro, I saw it in the 90s with Tyson how bad he was with money, so I get it. But I really hope, I don't even give a shit, bro. Like the fact that this 58-year-old dude is jacked out of his mind and is going to fight a guy that's like half of his age in a fucking sanctioned fight in Jerry's World on Netflix, where like you can get like freaking billions of people to watch this around the world. Like I am so jacked to watch this. Like I'm not betting on it by any means because I actually think it's rigged. But
definitely.
I am rigged. I am pumped. I am pumped to watch this. You know what though? I wish we could bring back like Tyson from like the early 90s and like late 80s just to see what he would do to Paul.
He would
rock. Paul wouldn't even take the fight.
But anyway, Paul knows how to fight.
Mike Tyson's got to be taking something to be looking like that, though.
For real, dude. There ain't no way.
I wonder what he's putting in his body.
There's no way it's just chicken and rice. I'm gonna say that right now.
I don't know what he's putting in his body, but in the next couple of years, he's gonna be feeling it because he's already up there in age.
He's already feeling it. He's feeling it from freaking all the boxing matches he's had previously, all the other shit that he's done.
Oh yeah. Dude,
so
but like in the 80s, they didn't have all the nicocotogen you could put up in your system and be Superman.
Dude, in the 80s, all it was like roids and freaking
it was just
roids and coke, and freaking get after it, bro. That's all it was.
Crazy.
That's awesome. But yeah, man. All right, so Connor, you got another one for us?
Well, not in 5 minutes. I will have one if you want to wait until after for Chaos Central, because it would be a perfect segue into
Okay,
your little
we can save
rant
it. We can save it for that then.
because I thought about putting it in.
We call this stream Buster Douglas. That's
That's
actually
a good one. That's a good one. All right.
Hey, that's
he's
the reason
here
why.
right now.
That's why I came out. That's why I
Yeah.
came out with the ear. That's why he came out with the ear. That freaking edible.
Oh, what were they called? Mike's Bites.
Yeah, Mike's Bites. Yep.
Mike's Bites.
That's
Well,
awesome.
on the note of Mike Tyson, hopefully he is spending his money on some good home insurance.
Wow.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeffrey Tepney at 704-544, go ahead and ask him if he's watching the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight tomorrow night on Netflix.
Hey, there we go. That works.
I'll be watching it.
I'll be at work. I won't be watching, but I'll be checking my phone.
I hate how Chick-fil-A don't have any TVs. I have wanted so badly just to have a TV in the corner. I could just check up on the
It
score.
would be great.
Because they won't
It
let
would
you
be
have your
great.
dang phone. I hate
My
that.
store does. My store does.
Really?
Thank God. Yeah.
Dude, they fired somebody. My old store would fire people because they would be on their phones and then touch the chicken and stuff with their gloves.
Yeah.
and
You
touch their
got
phone
you guys gotta be careful with it. But
on. Yeah.
all right. Now, I'm gonna give our guests a little. Hey, Brian Robinson scored fire. I'm gonna give my guests a little introduction before I bring him in. So, this man who we're bringing in, I have known for about 5 years now. He is by far one of the most talented and like smart individuals that I have ever met. Great guy, and what he has been through in his journey to where he has gotten himself to now is it's something that the world needs to know. So, without further ado, we bring on Indiana State decathlon athletes Zenon Rule.
Oop.
What's up? What's up?
What's up,
Thank you for
Zenon?
having
How
me.
you
Thank you for the introduction.
Hey,
Thanks
I
for
got
Side
you.
Up for making this happen.
Hey, this is for those who don't know, this is like months in planning. Like
Definitely,
been-
yeah.
But all right, so first we're just gonna ask you some questions just so we can get to know you a little bit, know your story and everything. So
I will throw this out first. AR and AOC. That's what I'm
Yeah.
rocking with. AR and AOC.
yeah. For context, Connor, he's both a Purdue fan, where Aiden O'Connor's from, and a Colts fan.
Oh, okay.
So-
okay.
Oh yeah.
I was a little confused. I was like,
He gets it. He gets it.
what's going
All
on?
right. So first thing I got for you, Zenon, tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey on becoming a college athlete and the hoops and the hurdles that you've had to overcome.
Yeah, so I am a decathlete at Indiana State, like Sai said. For anyone that doesn't know what a decathlete does, so the decathlon, it's a track and field event, but it consists of 10 events over 2 days. We run the 100, we long jump, we throw a shot put, we high jump, we run the 400. We come back the next day, we hit the 110 hurdles, we throw the discus, we pole vault, we throw the javelin, and then we run a 1500. But my goal to be a decathlete kind of started in 2012 watching the Olympics. The decathlon doesn't get a ton of coverage, but they'll do a little like segment, and Ashley in the American Decathlete won, and they're like, he's the world's greatest athlete. And I got a little bit of an ego, I want that title, so I wanted to pursue that. So I mean, I've always run track. My parents both ran track in college. My sister pole vaulted down in New Mexico. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. So got started with just doing some multi-event stuff. But then my freshman year of high school, vaulting in November of my freshman year of high school, I landed on my knees, broke my back. Solid 2-year recovery on that. Anyone watching, if you're hurt, do your PT. Get your body right. That's the key to keeping it going. I'm in there every day of the week with my trainer. Just keep it going. Then from there, I hadn't hit my growth spurt yet either. I'm 6'2" now. I was about 5'6" then.
He was
Little kid.
Can confirm.
You
But
said
after
5'10"?
I'm 6'2". I was 5'6".
Oh, 5'6". I was like,
Yeah,
5'10's little? Then I must be little.
And I'm not gonna call 5'10" little for anyone watching's sake. But that was a fun experience. And to add on top of that, my junior year of high school, Super Bowl Sunday. So that was February 13th that year. After the game, I was working on some homework and I passed out and I had a seizure. And so about 7 days later, I had another one. Once you have 2 seizures, they diagnosed you with epilepsy. It's overall, it's under control, nothing to worry about. But in the moment of that time, it was a super scary thing. And I mean, between a broken back and seizures, all of a sudden you're like, what's going on? What am I supposed to do? And you're not performing where you want to be. And so I didn't really have a breakout till my senior year. And thankful to the coaches at Indiana State for giving me the opportunity. I think I'm doing well with it and excited to see where things go from here after we are the best track and field program in the Missouri Valley Conference. We won indoor and outdoor last year. I was hurt during indoor season, but was able to be on the conference rosters outdoor, getting my ring on Saturday.
Fire.
Can you run me through how track and field work? Like, educate me how it works on a college level, because obviously it's not a sport. I go to Mississippi State, so I'm from the South. Obviously, it's not a sport that's ranked up there in terms of what people want to view when you have different sports on. So kind of educate me. How does the season go about in a college setting?
Yeah, so Mississippi State, you got a really great decathlete down there. Peyton Bear, I think is the name, but. So you might want to go watch him. But so we have in terms of like NCAA eligibility, we have 2 seasons, indoor and outdoors. So indoor season, we'll have our first meet, we'll have 1 meet before winter break in December, and we'll come back from winter break and we'll have meets pretty much every weekend leading up to conference, I believe is first weekend of March, last weekend of February, thereabouts. And then the week after that, the top 24 people in each event qualify for the NCAA championships, at least at the Division I level. Not sure exactly how it works at the lower levels. And then you have a couple weeks off, right? We're still training. It's just no meets happening. We transition to outdoors. So transition to outdoors, go through to late May, mid to late May, you have your conference meet. And then about 2 weeks after that, the NCAA breaks outdoors into regions. So it's kind of split. It's funny. We are in the East region, which obviously, right, Indiana State, Terre Haute, Indiana is in the East region, but Eastern Illinois. So Eastern Illinois is about 45 minutes away from us, right across the border on the Illinois side, and we're right across the border on the Indiana side. They're in the West region. So it's kind of split, not as far west as you expect, just kind of split in half. And so there's the top 48 in each region, in each event, excluding the decathlon, and the 10,000 make it to their regional meet and they compete, and the top 12 from that region meet make it to nationals. But in the case of the decathlon and the 10K, because they are much more grueling of events, they just take the top 24 nationally straight to nationals.
Dang, that's actually really impressive, genuinely. So outside of being a decathlon athlete, what is the degree that you're pursuing, and what are your goals and aspirations with that?
Yeah, so I am studying sport management. I want to go into sport marketing. I had the opportunity last week to go down to the Sport Marketing Association conference and participate in their case study competition. We didn't win. We lost to Oregon. Probably got about second. We made finals. one of the top 4 teams. They only tell who the winner is. We think we got second. Had some really great opportunities to see the venues in St. Louis, between Busch Stadium, City Park, soon to be Energizer Park, where St. Louis City plays. Got to watch the Big Ten women's tournament, soccer tournament down there. And so, yeah, I just want to go into sport marketing, kind of maybe in the running space if possible, but I'm really open to whatever, see what the world takes me.
If I remember correctly, you have a little brand deal you got going on right now. Is that true?
I have I'm an ambassador of Pet Track. So here, let me grab those.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna do a really great thing for Pet Track. They're gonna love me for this.
Tell us about it, because that's like one of the biggest things I see like constantly like post about and talk about, which like plays into the sports marketing. So give us a demonstration.
I think everyone knows what a pet rock is, right? You take a rock, you put googly eyes on it. So how do you take the sport that you love everywhere with you? You got a Pet Track. So a little decorated googly eyes, woo, fun. But I had seen them when they launched, and I was like, that looks fun. So I got one for Christmas, and then they posted about it. We're looking for ambassadors. I was like, shoot, why not? See how this goes. So that's something. If you want to use my code, I believe my code is ZZRule, and use that when you check out, get about 15% off, something like that. Give me a little kickback. That'd be great. I have some other deals in the works, but we'll wait for those to happen.
Okay, so it's a Pet Track?
Yeah, Pet Track.
What is that? I'm looking at it and I'm like, I have no idea.
It's a piece of track, right? So they cut out.
Oh, it's a piece of track. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that was. Was like thought it was some sort of device or something that.
No, just
calculated
a piece of rubber.
It works though.
I mean, hey, it's like a lucky rabbit's foot, I guess.
Right.
Exactly.
And they're probably like inexpensive. Anybody could get yourself a little Pet Track.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how they source them. I'll have to find that out.
You should. Like, are they like cutting up old tracks? Like, are they just like?
That's a good question. Yeah, I want to know. I'm gonna have to ask.
All right. So I got a couple more questions. Connor, I don't know if you have anything, but we're gonna roll through mine real quick. What is one major goal that you have for yourself right now, both professionally in like the track scene, and then personally like with college life and pursuing your degree?
I think track-wise, big goal going forward. I mean, we being such a competitive team, making the conference roster is a little bit of a battle. I do think I'll make the conference roster. I'm not worried about that. I think though I want to place top 5 at conference indoors, definitely. I placed 8th outdoors last year. I want to make top 5. And just, chasing PRs, right? We're always looking to make that micro improvement on what we did before. And then personally, I want to get better at the social media stuff, right? NIL deals are a thing. I think I'm an interesting enough person. I think I could make a few TikToks, but just putting myself out there, being more confident. And then, just gaining experience in the industry. So obviously that last week was a great way to do that.
All right. I got one more question for you, which is, if you were able to go back in time and like tell your younger self one thing, what would you let younger Zenit know?
How far back in time am I going?
As far back as you want to go.
Ooh, all right. I think I'd probably go back to about my freshman year of high school when I broke my back. And I think I'd probably tell myself, just dot your I's and cross your T's with that rehab, get yourself back, and then just believe in yourself. When you go through an injury like that, it's a lot of doubt, self-doubt. I can't do this. I'm not cut out for this. And then just keep pushing because it's all going to work out.
And it does.
Yeah.
It really does. Connor, you got anything?
Are you making NIL?
I am not making any NIL money.
I had to ask that.
No, I think it's being in the sport, studying sport management in the sport marketing area. There's a lot of like, ooh, NIL, right? But it's a little bit of a gray. There's a lot of gray area to it on exactly what it is.
So did you have any was Indiana State the only place that gave you an opportunity? Obviously, you got injured in high school, so you weren't exactly like candy to other schools, because you don't know what's going to happen with the player with an injury, So did you have any other offers when you were in high school?
Yeah, so at the Division One level, Indiana State was my only opportunity. I probably could have gone to any D3 school in the country. They were a lot of D3 schools really wanted me, but that's not where I wanted to be. I didn't see the fit there track wise. I may have seen the fit there academically, but it wasn't quite there track wise. And then I had a few D2 schools that I was looking at, but the last two visits I took were University of Indianapolis and Indiana State. And so I took University of Indianapolis 1 week on a Wednesday, and I'm sitting there in the coach's office talking to him, and he's like, where are you else you're looking? I say Indiana State. He says he just raves about our coaches. And so when someone does that, it's like, okay, all right. And then the next day I had a meet, and one of the Bradley assistants was there, and he raved about the Indiana State coaches some more. So when I got on campus for my visit, and it was just like, I felt good vibes from the coaches. It was like, all right, so all these people told me, good coaches. I feel like they're good. Got to go for it.
I know and he wasn't really subtle about his like commitment either. He was like, he randomly just started wearing around Indiana State stuff, and then like a couple weeks later, he goes, "Oh yeah, I committed here, by the way."
Yeah, I threw the post out a couple weeks later, but I was out there with it. I was showing up to meets wearing that Indiana State gear. Had to let everyone know.
Did you have like a signing day you did? Because I know my school did like signing days when people would go to college and still be an athlete. Did you have a signing day?
Yeah, so I don't want to bash on my high school too much. I
Let's
had to fight
bash.
for it. I had to fight
Let's
for
bash.
it. They were like, oh, well, we already set aside time, and it hasn't, so yada yada yada. And I was like, come on, what are we doing? Let me do my signing day. Finally got it. It was fun. I'm a preferred walk-on, right? So in track, you got 12.6 scholarships on a team of about 50, and so not a lot to go around. And with whatever great program, you really got to be top 5 in the conference to get scholarships. So I'm a preferred walk-on, but it's cheaper to go here than it is to any Illinois in-state school for me. So can't complain.
And you still get to run. You still get to compete.
Exactly. But the signing day, it was just like, come on, like, let me do one. And they caved. They made it happen. Nothing too crazy, but it was fun. Yeah.
And
Okay.
You go, Connor.
It was another question, so I mean,
I was just gonna say real quick that I'm gonna speak on our high school. We don't get a lot of D1 people. So the fact that they were the fact that they weren't going to let this happen, it speaks volumes, but that's all right.
Yeah, I think there was 2, 3. Okay, let's see.
Like they'll go crazy.
Three D1 athletes. 3 D1 athletes in the 4 years that we were in high school, all in track and field.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
So, and then after us, Lathan Somerville, Rutgers star basketball player, came back home from his Georgia prep school and played his final year at Richwoods. But so we'll hope for his success. Rooting for our guys.
We always root.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not from the Indiana, Illinois area, as you could probably tell. I'm from South Mississippi, so I don't know. I'd never heard of Indiana State until honestly right now. So if I am visiting Indiana or I'm going to Indiana State, wherever that may be, you said what, East Indiana?
Terre Haute.
Yeah, western part of Indiana.
Oh, West Indiana. Okay.
Like he's in the Eastern time zone for context.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
If I'm visiting Indiana and I'm going to Indiana State.
Mhm.
What are the pros to Indiana State? Like, what is something that I'm gonna go there and be like, okay, well, this is something I got to see.
Well, I have to call you out on not knowing Indiana State. Did you watch college basketball last year?
Yeah, but I'm a football guy. I did watch March Madness. Obviously, my team was in it.
We got snubbed.
But
They did. And as a
I-
Bradley person, I'm even going to admit,
I
y'all
don't
got snubbed.
necessarily watch FCS basketball.
You're missing out.
Gotcha.
I watch a lot of FB. I mean, I watch the stuff that matters for my school. Obviously, in my school's a SEC team, so they're playing FBS people just about every time they step on the court. Now you got a couple FCS schools, but if Indiana State was one of them, I would know them. But you can't know every college. There's 50 states and 100 college per state. It's a lot to know. But kind of give me a run through.
Larry Bird, Indiana State alum. The Larry Bird Museum just opened up this past summer, so if you're coming to Terre Haute, you got to check out the Larry Bird Museum. I haven't yet. I'll call myself out on it. I'm planning on doing it at some point. I'm busy. I'll say I'm a busy guy. I'm not that busy, but I'll say I am. Birthplace of the Coke Contour bottle, the Coca-Cola bottle. The glass bottle. It was made in Terre Haute, Indiana. Random Terre Haute thing, and we call ourselves Cross Country Town USA. So if you're interested in cross country, we have the best cross country course in the nation. We're hosting D3 Nationals this year. We got Division I Nationals coming back in 2026. But otherwise, if you're in Indiana, get to Indy. A lot of great things to do in Indy. Watch Anthony Richardson win some football games.
There we go.
Did he hear my rant on Anthony Richardson earlier?
Oh, he doesn't like.
I did.
Yeah.
I love AR. He's my guy.
Well, I bet you'd love him if he could play football.
He can. I was there week 1. I saw that pass to Alec Pierce. Just bomb.
He's a Taysom Hill equivalent.
He's better than Taysom Hill.
I agree.
I
agree. At this point, I agree. Yeah, right now I agree.
Yeah, good job, Saints fan. Good job.
Yeah. That's what I turn him into. So I turn him into.
All right. I do got one last thing because I gotta ask, since the decathlon is so many events, what is the best event in the whole rotation for you right now?
So
if you had to pick one, you can say multiple, but if you had to pick your best.
So the way the decathlon's done, they score you based on how you perform. So it's not based on where you place compared to your competitors. It's like there's a score for every mark that you get. So technically, my 100 is the best event just because that's where it's easiest to score points. But where I stand apart from my competitors would be pole vault. I'm one of the best pole vaulting decathletes in the Missouri Valley Conference.
You redeemed yourself. You redeemed yourself.
I did. Took a while, but I did.
Full circle.
Dang. Went from breaking your back to literally the top in your entire conference. That's crazy. Is that your favorite, though? Is pole vaulting your favorite?
I think so. Definitely can be frustrating at times, but so can any event, anything you do. So, but I would think it's my favorite personally. Yeah.
So pole vaulting is like it gets higher as you go on, right?
Yeah.
What's the highest you've been able to jump over?
Yeah. So in meters, it's 4.5 meters, but that's about 14 feet 6 inches. If I'm doing math right now. No, it's about 14 feet 9 inches. I think I did math right that time.
It sounds right, but
I don't know the conversion to.
I think it's about 14.9, so close to 15 feet.
That's pretty good.
It's impressive.
That's pretty good. If you stack two of me, I wouldn't be able to reach it.
It's not saying much though, but yeah.
No, but I mean that's it for me, Cy. Unless you have something else.
Nah, I'm good. That's all I got.
But I always love college athletes. A big advocate for them because, dude, if you're working and doing sports all day, every day, and you only have enough time to go to class, you got to be compensated for it. You just got to. So I applaud you for making a decision to stay a student athlete, and I hope you become very successful in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
He does know some Olympians, and he's working to make himself one.
We had two Mississippi State Olympians in the Summer Olympics.
Ooh, I think let me count. Okay, let me count this. We popped off this year. One of my coaches was an Olympian this year. We had a swimmer, and then we had a Paralympian sprinter. And then from Terre Haute, we had another swimmer. So, looking at about 4 Olympians in this little bubble of Terre Haute.
That's good.
Terre Haute's not the biggest town, which makes it even more impressive.
Yeah.
Well, those are corn-fed athletes.
I guess.
All right. Any last words for you, Zen?
Yeah, you got any socials you want to share out?
Oh yeah, let me
go ahead and
I think
promo away.
Instagram and Twitter at Zen and Rule. I put it in there under my name. So go follow. I plan to post soon, I tell myself. So, like it up, share it when you see it.
Perfect.
And thank you for having me on.
Thanks for coming on, man. I was excited to get to talk because you go to school like State, you can't get student athletes. Like nobody wants to be interviewed, and the ones you do get are kind of usually a little shy. It's the first time they've been on a podcast or a media thing. So thank you for not being like in a shell and actually talking.
Try my best not to.
But hey, you got supporters here. That's the whole reason why I wanted to make this happen, was because knowing your story, knowing what you've been through, this is a great way to get it out, and hopefully some people will stumble across this and they'll see this. They'll be like, dang.
Yeah, Vic Blend sees this. I'm trying to get on Vic Blend's podcast. Try to get it.
Is that the haircutting guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
The guy who cuts his podcast.
I need a cut from Vic.
I do too. I want to kind of change my hairstyle, see what he can do.
Or the Pat McAfee show. I'll make the hour or whatever so drive it is.
Yeah, you're right there, dude. You're literally right there.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Pat. Tap in.
Pat Mac.
Calling him out.
Hey,
you're
here first. Right, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
As always, you're always gonna be welcome back. If any big updates happen, best believe we gonna get your name out.
Yep, I'll keep you in the loop.
Sir, yes, sir.
Nice meeting you, man.
You too, Connor.
Yes, sir. Take care.
You too.
Take care.
So as Zenon uses his legs on the track field, Zenon, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You good. Just kind of
as he uses his legs on the track field and hopefully becomes a future Olympian one day, we might need to use our wheels instead of our legs to travel distance. We might need some car insurance with that.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Sorry, Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeff, we're tapping at 704-464-4544. Tell him that Zenon sent you and ask him. Actually, don't ask him because I'm sure Zenon will whoop his ass in any kind of race anyway. But anyway, dude, that was awesome. That was honestly that was super entertaining. It's crazy how he broke his back too, man. Like that's wild.
Like
I couldn't imagine.
He walked into our first hour econ class one day with this big
my dog's
black back brace around him. We all looked at him. We're like, what happened?
He had he had the FDR crutches and
didn't have the crutch. He just had a brace around his stomach, and he would have to crank it up and uncrank it to
there was actually a kid that I went to high school that. I mean, I don't know if the situation was similar or if the area of the back was similar, but yeah, it had like that, like a plastic thing that had to like adjust and whatever. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
wild. Good stuff though. That was good information. Let's get this guy some NIL money, dude. He sounds like he sounds like a super interesting guy, and I'm kind of jealous though of the sheer fact that you guys have the option to even have a haircut.
Yeah, you're saving money, Bruce. Being bald is an investment.
Dude, I shave my own head.
Money. You're saving money, Bruce. It takes $40 for me to get my hair cut. Think about that.
You know what it costs for me to get my hair cut?
Nothing. It's an investment. That's what I'm saying. It's an investment. All you gotta do is buy a little razor set, and
that's all I have.
That's all you need.
That's all I have. But yeah, man, right. That was fun stuff. So let's because I know I texted Kenny. I gave him the information, so he's gonna be joining us for Coach's Corner. So we only got about 15 minutes or so before he hops
30-ish minutes.
So let's
how long we do NFL.
Yeah, so let's try
we
to.
We just need a half hour for the picks. So you're all good. We got like 15.
We take a long ass time for our picks usually. So
exactly. That's why we got a lot of stuff half hours. We got 4 people doing picks.
Yeah.
But
so, all right, Connor. I know you said that you had a very good segue into Chaos Central with a what do you want to call it? I can't remember with another one of your questions. So I'm totally down for this. Where is this guy going?
I don't know, but he should have took himself out if he was going to get up.
Oh my God, what is going on? I'm dealing with professionals here. Come on.
Yeah. Bruce. Last night I wanted to do stats from week 10. Okay. And I ended up missing on a stat because of the yappers I had last night, and that's fine. But then I had the bright idea to bring it up today with Bruce. Because right now, and let me get my trusty dusty notebook out for the exact numbers. Right now, Bruce.
Are we talking? Wait, hold on, because I know exactly what you're going to pull. You're going to pull the numbers of Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, right? And Bo Nix.
No.
And Drake.
It has nothing to do with anybody but the Bears.
Oh, shocker!
So you know the Bears, they fired their OC, right? They fired Shane Waldron.
Correct.
Okay. Now, with that firing, some analysts started to do a little digging, and right now Caleb Williams sits at a little over 2,000 yards with 2,021 yards on the season. That's total yards. That's not just passing. That's total yards. He sits at 2,021.
Okay.
The Bears on special teams have punted the ball
2,400.
Yes,
yeah, I already knew
2,153 yards.
Yeah, shout out Tory Taylor, man. Shout out.
So the punter actually has more punting yards than he does passing yards.
Yep. By like 150.
Yeah.
Shout out Tory Taylor.
What does that say about your offense, Bruce? That now you have more punting yards. I mean, lay it out, Bruce. You got to air it all out.
All right. So hold on. Wait. I have my daughter on the kid cam, so I got to make sure she's all good. All right, we're good there. Hold on.
Dad first. We love that.
Yeah, before he gets rough and rowdy, he's got to be calm and collected and make sure.
Hear me out. I even got into. Wifey's here. Guess what? Wifey brought Daddy some beer. Let's start like this, okay? I want to go into it like this. No, not yet. Don't pull.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Sorry.
Because I actually do want to. I want to pull you guys into this first of all, because I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
You unwrap an amazing game, and I'm just gonna say Christmas, like Christmas Day. You know, you wake up, you're happy, you're excited. You know, you get the oh my God, look, it's like, you know. All right, Connor, what was your favorite year of Madden?
Oh goodness, Madden 20 was a good one.
Boom.
Superstar KO was a good one.
What was your favorite year of Madden?
I know you're not a big NFL guy, so I'm not a big NFL guy, but the first Madden I distinctly remember playing was Madden 16.
Boom. All right, we'll go with that. Madden 16. All right.
Best
So
Madden mobile.
Cy wakes up in the morning. He's like, oh my God. Santa got me Madden 2016. Connor wakes up. Oh my God, Santa got me Madden 2020. Boom, you put it in your Xbox or PS or PlayStation. You get ready to go. Your first thing that you want to do is play franchise because you want to take your team to the #1 spot, to the Super Bowl, and win that game. Am I right on this? All right, so
I love franchise.
So right away, the very first thing that I do, gentlemen, when I play franchise mode in Madden, when I'm taking over as the coach, I go into free agency. And what do I seek in free agency, especially when I'm the Chicago Bears? Offensive linemen. What do you guys do for the first thing that you do when you jump in there right away when you're ready to play? I know you guys may not have the same issues, but one of the first things that I always look into is pulling offensive linemen. What do you guys end up going after?
I actually have an entire list I do before it takes me days to play a full, not even days, probably weeks to play a full season of franchise because of my off season and everything.
I'm talking about when you first started.
When I first started, I look at the cap. That's the first thing I look at, and I trade the players with the most cap. Then I fill in the holes I can, be a free agency or trade. After I'm done doing that, I will then, if I'm happy with my 53-man roster, then I'll go throughout the season. But I make sure that I am the most efficient cap-wise, and then I have every whole field that I can on my roster. Right. And if that's offensive lineman, then I'm trading for offensive lineman. But I usually try to keep my draft capital.
Oh, my goodness. Cy.
I fire the coaching staff typically. I'm just gonna be brutally honest with y'all. I bring in all fresh faces. Especially if they aren't great, like
awesome
new OC, new DC. I'm the head coach, so I don't got to worry about that. We got that taken care of.
Got it. No,
you get Jonathan Smith in at offensive coordinator.
So I want to start off that was the first thing. Can you stop, please? So I want to start off. The reason why I want to start off with asking that question, first of all, you're such a pretty girl. Well, the reason why I want to start off with that question was because in the past 2 games, Caleb Williams has been sacked a combined 15 times. Yes. Some of which, hold on, hear me out. Some of which have been by his acclaim because of holding the ball too long. Because, gentlemen, you know what that's becoming? And that's called the yips. And when that happens, when quarterbacks start seeing ghosts in the pockets, yes, it happens. We've seen it before. Even the best players, it's happened to them before. Your boy, I'm going to say this your boy Drew Brees with the Chargers was starting to see ghosts, and he came to a team that had stability at the head coaching position, and the quarterback guru himself, who is now actually having his rookie quarterback outplay Caleb Williams currently in the situation that they are in Sean Payton. All right. So I'm going to put that out there right now. So
I will say it took Drew Brees his lowest snap out of his hand, like the seconds between the ball leaves his hand, was the last couple years of his career. So it took long to get that fast.
He had to. But now, okay, so let's circle back to this. In the first few games of the season, Caleb Williams, I think the first 5 games of the season, he was ranked among the top 8 in and I'm guessing that number. He was ranked among the top 8, top 10. We'll say top 10 for safety in the ball leaving his hands because he was reading. He was going boom. And if you look also during that, I think it was actually the second game in the Texans game. They showed a stat in that game that showed how efficient he was when he threw the ball before 3.2 seconds. Shocker, right? Shocker. All right, so I'm going to continue this. I want to continue this. So some of my issues obviously have been with the offensive line, and I'm not taking any blame away from Caleb Williams because honestly, he's played like absolute dog shit too. And currently, right now, if I had to rank all rookie quarterbacks in the NFL, like first round quarterbacks in the NFL, it's going Jaden Daniels at 1, Drake May at 2, Bo Nix at 3, Caleb Williams at 4. Flat out. And while there are other areas that contribute to that ranking and that thought process in my head, and coaching, by the way, Cliff Kingsbury, there is no way that guy's not getting a head coaching job next year. Let's just put that out there right now, by the way. All right.
I will say his offense gets a little bland, which is what we saw in Arizona too. So
I said that, and I know, and
I
I
want to
said-
say
I did
that too.
I did say that. I did say that, but you know what though? It's working. It's working for him right now. And guess
He's
who?
got a dang good quarterback. Of course, it's
Guess
working.
and guess, and this is the funny part. Cliff Kingsbury was asked about the interview process in Chicago for the offensive coordinator position. He declined to comment on that said position. Reason being is because Eberflus did not want to hire him in the fact that he was actually going to bring in his replacement. Gentlemen,
Oh shoot!
gentlemen, there I give you more bullshit with the Chicago franchise. So we'll continue down this road, guys. And for my next part of my notes,
Corruption at its finest.
in
I love
20,
when Bruce has notes, guys. I just want y'all to make that. I want to make that so clear.
2000,
This Bruce is the best Bruce.
I tweeted this out. What was that? I think on Tuesday. All right, it was a little bit more extensive, but I'm gonna go with it right now in my little tiny note I made right here. So in 2018, the Chicago Bears decided to go after a critically acclaimed offensive coordinator in Matt Nagy. All right, so they ended up getting Matt Nagy as a head coach, hot off the presses. Andy Reid tree, awesome guy, part of the scouting process for Patrick Mahomes. Helped Patrick Mahomes get his first Super Bowl championship. Boom, we got ourselves an offensive coordinator. However, he did not marry Mitchell Trubisky, so to speak, because he was not a part of the Mitchell Trubisky process. Nor was Mitchell Trubisky a part of the John Fox process, if you remember that debacle, because what ended up happening there was the then GM, who I think it was Emery, I can't remember, I think that's accurate. I think it was Emery, ended up drafting Trubisky without the knowledge of John Fox knowing. How messed up is that, gentlemen? So let's continue. So Trubisky ends up staying with the Bears. The Bears end up getting rid of Emery, bringing in what's his face? Bringing in
Poles. Was it Ryan Poles after Emery, or was there?
No,
a guy
it wasn't
between?
Ryan Poles. It was Ryan Pace. Thank you. It was Ryan Pace that came
That's
in.
who it was. Okay.
So then Ryan Pace, I was actually the one I believe that ended up drafting, but whatever. I'm getting them mixed up because there's been so much bullshit. So Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy paired together. Seriously, Ryan Pace, Matt Nagy are paired together, right? So they end up having Mitchell Trubisky. In that year, 2018, the Chicago Bears were sacked 21 times, right? Yeah, 21 times in 2000, and I think they ranked in the top 5. I don't have it on here, but I think they're in the top 5 in that time frame for least amount of sacks in the NFL. And guess what, gentlemen? Guess what that got them? To the playoffs with Mitchell Trubisky. All right, so let's continue. Excuse me, here we go. No, here we go.
2018.
Oh, no, yeah, in 2018, it was 33 sacks. He was sacked 33 times.
They had Nick Foles, I thought.
It was a combo. So in 2018, hear me out.
They lost
In
to the Saints.
2018, they had Trubisky was their quarterback, and they had 33 sacks allowed, which ranked 24th in the NFL. All right. 2019, 45 sacks, ranked 13th, 12th in the NFL. I can't even read my own writing with Trubisky. 2020, they had 36 sacks allowed, 15th in the NFL. 2021, 58 sacks. Gentlemen, guess whose first year that was?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. And guess who was the new coach for who the coach of that team was at the time? Matt Nagy. Okay. Fast forward now to 2022. The Chicago Bears decided to part ways with Matt Nagy because guess who had 9 sacks allowed in his debut game against the Cleveland Browns. The Matt Nagy led / Justin Fields led Chicago Bears offense. Oh man, I'm telling you, this is a juggernaut offense, boys. They parted ways with Matt Nagy, so they bring in the nice, amazing, great defensive mind from Indianapolis, Matt Eberflus. Because they don't want to ruffle feathers up there or in here in Chicago, guys. In Chicago, they don't want anything to overshadow the amazing McCaskey family. Oh, the McCaskies, they're so great. The original owner, George Halas, is rolling in his grave right now because of the ineptitude of the fucking idiots that run this team currently. Oh my God, we're getting.
I have an owner that's rolling in his grave too, Bruce.
Fair enough. Hey, but you know what though? At least your owner didn't give the team to a vaudeville actor. That's who the Chicago Bears gave their team to. Excuse me, George Halas ended up giving his team to because unfortunately his son met a young death. So the McCaskies ended up getting the team, and at the time the old man was a vaudeville actor. I digress. Let me continue. In 2022, Justin Fields at the helm with his brand new coach Matt Eberflus. 58 sacks, fourth in the NFL. Let's keep going. 2023, Justin Fields at the helm. Eberflus being an amazing head coach with one of his juggernaut finds at offensive coordinator. Ryan Poles doing a phenomenal job of finding the offensive linemen in the draft and in the doing some great evaluation. Chicago Bears 50 sacks in the NFL, boys. Let's keep going. And now finally this year, this glorious year where Matt Eberflus in the last 14 months has had 3 offensive coordinators on his staff at one time. It sounds like a great porno, but it's not. This year so far through 9 games, gentlemen, the Chicago Bears have 38 sacks allowed. That is second in the NFL. So I will not disagree with you, Connor, on the fact that Jaden Daniels is having a phenomenal year. The one caveat I'm going to bring to this is the fact that this team right here, the Chicago Bears, who are now back in the Chicago shit, are a systematic franchise that causes quarterbacks, wide receivers, and anybody a part of the offense to go to absolute shit. They go into a toilet, and that is it. Caleb Williams, I'm getting worked. I'm getting cough. I'm coughing again and everything like that. Caleb Williams was arguably one of the best quarterbacks to come out of college in years. Years. And the Bears even decided to say, you know what? We want this is our guy. This is the guy that we want. How are you going to draft a quarterback that it has so much potential and so much acumen already and so much just aura already and not surround him, not protect him where he should be protected so that way he can make guys around him better? A quarterback makes other guys around him better when he has the guys in front of him doing well. That's it.
And I tweeted at you, Bruce, and I really wanted to bring it up. You have one of, if not the oldest franchise in the entire NFL. Yeah. You would think by now they would know how football works on an executive level, because there's teams like the Texans and the Panthers that have accomplished more in a time frame than the Bears have just about in the last 60 years. I mean, you have the only claim to fame the Bears have had is, they've had that run in the 80s, whatever, and then they had a Super Bowl appearance in the early 2000s with Sexy Rexy. And now you have the Panthers, who are one of the newest franchises, appear in 2 Super Bowls. You have the Texans, who are on a really good slate right now, and their new head coach and their new quarterback. And now you have the Bears.
Texans are the Oilers, right? Come on.
Well, you have the Bears who've been in the game for so long. Like you would think that they would know how to do something.
You are preaching to the choir right now. All right. So I saw a really interesting stat, like a vote that was done or a survey that was done. that asked. I don't know the amount of people that were in it, but the percentage was kind of telling, and I agree with that. It said, if you could go back as a Chicago Bears fan, if you can go back in time and tell your younger self to root for another team, would you? And 56% of people surveyed said yes, I would go back in time and have myself root for another team. And I'm going to tell you right now, yep, you would not see this shit at my house. You would not see that on the wall right there. You would not see me right here. I'd be done. I'd be done. You know why? Because it's not even the players that frustrates me about this team at all. It's not the players anymore. It's not. It's like, yes, I'll get pissed off, and yes, I'll yell and be like, "What are you doing? Why'd you miss that block?" Or like, "Oh my God, he was wide open. That was a trash throw." Or, "Oh my God, how'd you drop that pass?" Yeah, you get in the moment, you get pissed off at it, but in the grand scheme of this freaking franchise, and I am done with this shit. The ownership is absolute fucking terrible. You get a president, you get a team president that's supposed to build you a new fucking stadium, and you can't even do that right now. You can't even do that right now. So what gives there is zero confidence from a fan base that is just seething, that is just sitting there and wanting so much to be successful. So much to be successful. Like, it's the third largest market, gentlemen. It is the third largest market in America. Third largest sports market in America. But yet we have, and this is just across the board, we have the shittiest teams.
It doesn't matter how big your market is. If you got a crappy owner, you got a crappy owner.
Sure, and I agree with that too. But like so if we're gonna talk monetarily, like just things like that, if you provide a product that is going to push that threshold of championship glory, you're going to be able to market it to a point to bring in money. Success breeds success. So the more success that you have, the more you want more, and then the more you end up getting from that. So let's take that a different step. I'm going all philosophical and shit. So if you're going to be successful here, you're going to be able to market and brand yourself in a different arena, causing the dog. She's like, okay, I'm done. And he's getting scary. You're going to be able to market and brand yourself in a different area, causing you to be able to make money off of it. Why do you think the Chicago Bulls are still relevant in Europe right now? Because they won 6 championships with the best player of all time. And yes, that's the best player of all time. I understand that thought process. But look at Kobe. Look at the Lakers even. Look at the Celtics. The Celtics have won so much, and they're still able to do it. Look at what the Dodgers are doing. They're constantly in to go to size fucking sport. They're constantly in the luxury tax every freaking year. But you know what? They don't give a shit because they want to actually win. And they're able to make their investors money because they're winning and they're marketing. That's why they have Shohei Ohtani. They have Shohei Ohtani who's able to market a brand that they can't market to in any other team. God, I hate Chicago sports.
Bruce, let me tell you the problem with not just Chicago, but a lot of teams in general, and why. And this is all across the board. You talk baseball, basketball, football, all across the board. When you have an ounce of success and you bring in whatever monetary value, you bring in whatever publicity you get from that success, you continue to not build on that success, but to try to replicate it. And when the game changes and the time changes, you continue to try to replicate what little success you had back in 2002, back in 1986, or whenever it was in the 80s, whenever it was, and now you're trying to not build on it, but replicate it instead of changing with the times and knowing, hey, we have experience. We're the oldest franchise in the NFL, one of the oldest franchises in the NFL. Why are we continuing to replicate something that happened 20 years ago, 40 years ago, instead of building on it? And Connor, it's all across the board.
And you know the reason why? So I'm going to speak. So I'm going to go back to the Bears on this. And you want to know the reason why? Because you have ownership that is too scared to have a big mouth, or to have somebody who has a pair of balls to be at a position of power there. They want people that are neutered. Matt Eberflus, I'm sorry, as nice of a guy as he is, as amazing of like of a strategist as he is defensively and stuff like that. Yes, sir. I'm going to sit here and take it. I won't object to anything you say. The last person they had that was like that was Mike Ditka. And we saw what happened with that. Even Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith was fired after a 10-6 record.
Which makes no sense to me.
So
That's the best the Bears performed.
All they want to do is get people that are neutered for that franchise, and that is it.
It's politics, is what it is, Bruce. It is political nonsense. Yeah. I want to watch football, and it's the exact same thing with the New Orleans. Instead of going and looking, having a national coaching search, instead of going out and saying, look, Mike Vrabel is a head coach that can still coach football. Bring him to New Orleans. No, we're going to elevate. We're going to elevate somebody that's been here before because he's going to do exactly what we want him to.
Oh, it tastes so good. Dude, the reason why the Chicago this is even crazier. A former quarterback of your franchise and a proven winner, whatever. Fuck the cheating. I don't give a fuck if he's cheating. Kenny, if you're in the background, I don't give a fuck if he's cheating. If you're not cheating, you're not winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. Every single area that he goes to, he's brought a winning culture. He's brought a winning. He has that. He has that about him too. And he continuously does it everywhere from the NFL level to the college level back to the NFL level. He's done it every year because he's able to surround himself with like-minded people. And guess what? The ownership and the front office let football guys be football guys. They don't meddle in other bullshit like the Chicago Bears franchise and their owners and their whole front staff do because they don't want to. They want to have constant neutered little bitches as their coaches. Oh,
I would take Jim Harbaugh in a heartbeat, Bruce.
In a heartbeat. I would take Harbaugh. I would take Vrabel. I would take, dude, like, okay, here. This is another point that I wanted to touch on. Every single team in the NFC North, the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions, and the Bears, all reflect their coach. Seriously, look at it. Every single one of them. The Packers, one of the smart. You call us that coach? Oh, let's go. No. Okay, you're right. He looked like a badass, and admittedly, no. I am totally okay with this. I'll eat crow on this, and he's 100% correct. I was completely wrong on it. So you can even pull my tweets up saying how Kenny was right, how he was totally on top of this the whole time, and I was wrong flat out because I was fooled to thinking that the whole continuity thing and the whole selling aspect of all the bullshit that they were feeding me was something that I was thinking that was going to work. It didn't. It was fucking dumb. They should have gotten Harbaugh. They should have at least given the guy an interview. But I digress. Anyway, all the four teams at NFC North. Is Kenny in the background yet, by the way?
He's in the background.
He's been here.
Okay, yeah, put him in. That's fine. But I want to finish my rant too. All four teams currently right now in the NFC North are a reflection. What's up, Kenny? All four teams of the NFC fucking North currently are a reflection of their freaking coach. You have Dan Campbell, biting kneecaps, intense team. Guess what? They built their team with their defense and offensive line being fucking badasses, and then they have a good quarterback, Jared Goff, who's arguably an MVP candidate until his 5-pick game on Monday. But yeah, I know. But again, he was a part of that conversation, in my opinion. You have the Packers. Look at the Packers. Look what LaFleur did when Love went down.
Put Malik Willis in.
And he won
games.
He did a great job. He did a great job, and he was fine. And now let's go to the Vikings. The Vikings are even why his name skipping is
Sam Diggity Darnold.
Darnold. Well, no, not Sam Darnold. I'm talking their head coach.
Oh, who's their head coach now?
Anyway, he's able to put their play. So what a coach is supposed to do is is recognize a player's strength and able to adapt them and put them in their place to be successful and have that be kind of like a team type thing. You see that from the Vikings. And then you have the reflection of the Bears. Soft as shit. You have DJ Moore walking off the fucking field saying that his ankle hurt. And then you have freaking an offensive line, a bunch of pushovers that fucking Kenny can go out there right now and probably blow up all of them. I'm telling you, like it's a sad state of the franchise. I love the team, and if we cut these and or anything like that, I get shit back from them. I that's fine. I'm not going to be a part of the fucking their media anyway. So it is what it is at this point. But it's just a sad state of affairs in the city of Chicago for the Bears. Chicago shits, baby. What's up, Kenny?
How's it going, Bruce?
Kenny, I've only had one sip of beer.
Yeah, this is all natural. All natural.
And a sticky note.
I do appreciate the sticky note. I think that's
Two.
few and far
Two.
between, but it's well appreciated.
Two sticky notes.
Oh,
Yeah.
two.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Today. He doesn't. Notes
He's not
Bruce
fucking around today.
Notes Bruce is best Bruce.
You should have seen before. I used to do like a long ass list of notes and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm done with that shit.
All right, now on the college picks.
All
All right.
Oops. I meant to full screen Kenny. Go, Kenny.
That's a lot of me. All right. First game I got for you guys is Clemson at Pitt. Clemson's favored by 10 points, even though they're on the road. And it looks like the over-under last I had was at 54.5 points. Clemson's been on the uprise lately. Pitt's been kind of mediocre as far as I've seen. So I'm going to have to stick with Clemson, but I'm not going to take the spread on that one. I think Pittsburgh covers. Clemson wins 31-24.
Clemson 31-24. Would you have the over or would you have the line at or the spread at, Kenny? I'm sorry.
I have the spread at Clemson at 10.
Oh, a lot of bets coming in. Right now, Clemson is minus 11.5.
Okay.
What was your over under?
54.5.
Wow, that's coming in on the under. Now it's at 53.5. Well, according to FanDuel, you could have gotten it from somewhere different. Man, I kind of agree with Kenny on this. Clemson, I think, wins, but I think Pitt's gonna cover. And I'm gonna go under.
Pitt has not looked the same since they lost against SMU. Based off that, I think Clemson has this in the bag pretty easy. I don't love the line of 11.5, so I'm going to side with Bruce. I think Pitt will cover, but Clemson wins.
My mom's from Clemson. Mama raised a Clemson boy. I'm going to pick logically on this one. This is not going to be a biased pick. Clemson, the conference is up for grabs as of right now. You have Miami lose. Clemson lost to Louisville. SMU's undefeated in the conference. Pitt plays SMU, gets absolutely blown out. Like, it ain't even a close game whatsoever. I mean, Pitt couldn't do anything. But before that, Pitt has been consistently holding teams to a low amount of points. Clemson, before Louisville, has been scoring 48, 49. I mean, they've been putting points on people. And now you have a team that has a lot of history in Pitt. Pitt's been one of the teams to beat Clemson when they've competed for national championships. The only loss Clemson has had in the season has been to Pitt. And they've always had a good defense. So this is going to be kind of a defensive game, in my opinion. The score is going to be 24-20. It's always a close game, but I'm going to give it to Clemson.
All right, next one I got for you guys is Utah heading to Colorado. Colorado's favored by 10 points. It looks like the over-under is at 46.5. Colorado's doing some pretty interesting things right now. Deion Sanders is getting a bonus for every win now. So I think Utah's in for a real tough game. I have Colorado winning 34-20, obviously covering the spread and narrowly getting to the over-under.
Kenny, I like it a lot. I think Prime is there's not going to be any. They won't have to worry about any tortillas thrown at them in this game. No Shador Sanders acting a fool on the sideline with his brother or anything like that, pushing fans. It's all good. It's all happy times out there in Colorado for this one. Colorado wins, covers, and I'm gonna go over.
I'm more or less the same. Colorado wins and covers, but I'm kind of leaning the under. But I mean, this Shador Sanders is just going to do his thing. Easier said than done.
46 points isn't a lot of points in college football.
No, and I think it'll be over 46.
Exactly.
This team has finally found their stride. I mean, going four wins last year with Prime. I don't ever judge a coach on its first year. I mean, you got people like Dan Campbell and Kyle Shanahan who have won 2, 3, 4 wins on their first year of head coaches, and now they have well-off franchises. Deion's finally got his team. They're on stride. This is not going to be a close game. It's going to be like 3 scores. Give me 37-17 Colorado.
Yeah, you know what Deion Sanders invested in this offseason? The offensive line, and that's really protected the quarterback, keeping him upright, making sure that they're getting those wins. So good on Prime Time for that one.
Wish maybe Ryan Poles should take notes on that.
You probably should. All right, next game I got for you guys is little Big Ten action. Oregon at Wisconsin. Oregon's favored by 14 points. I think that's being a little stiff on that one. I think they could be a little bit more generous.
Is that a night game, Kenny?
I was looking it up before you guys pulled me in, and I did not see. Let me
Hold
see.
on. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is 6:30.
So, yeah, 6:30. So,
yeah,
going to
same.
Wisconsin, night game, that gets to be a little bit tougher, right? Almost the same vibe as Ohio State having to go all the way out to Oregon for that. It's going to be a little bit colder up in Madison. But I'm still going to give Oregon the win on this one. They're going to win 38-20. I don't think Luke Fickell is prepared for the style of offense that that Lanning is bringing to Camp Randall. So 38-20. Sorry, the over-under is at 51.5 the last I saw. So
still is.
Yeah, Oregon takes care of it pretty easily. But that's tough with that crowd.
I'm
ruckus.
Oh, don't do it. No, don't go that far. No, I'm gonna do it. I just gotta. I got one of those feelings. Wisconsin wins. Wisconsin wins. I'm going under.
Ooh.
That's the only way. That'd be the only way for them to win. They're not gonna outscore or not gonna go toe to toe with them scoring. So the only way for them to win is gonna be sloppy. And I think it actually is supposed to rain on Saturday too. So I'm going. Yeah, I'm doing a Nate Ness right there, saying what's the weather. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Wisconsin wins and under.
You just said Wisconsin wins against Oregon. I don't care if it's at Camp Randall. Oregon wins. Oregon covers. 4 touchdown day from Dylan Gabriel.
Bruce, it doesn't matter if it's raining or not. Do you know what a Duck's favorite weather is? It's rain, Bruce. It is rain. They're going to go to Camp Randall. Wisconsin, Luke Fickell's going to be in a pickle. Wisconsin's not even going to know how to spell their state name anymore after the Oregon beatdown. It's not going to be close. I'm giving it 42-13 Oregon night game. Dylan Gabriel might show that he is the Heisman.
Hey, just so you know, I just Googled it. Badgers like rain too.
Well, that's too damn bad. It won't matter.
And it's a night game. Badgers are nocturnal.
This is where we've come to, guys. I just want everybody to be aware of that. This is where we've come to.
That's some solid sports analysis.
We're so good. We're so good, guys.
Yeah.
I might change my pick just because
they're nocturnal and they like rain.
Bruce, I like your thinking. I'm going to change my pick.
Oh my
Wisconsin wins. Dylan Gabriel will still throw 4 touchdowns, but he also throw 4 interceptions. We like sloppy? Let's get sloppy. Wisconsin wins.
Let's go.
I really like the thinking. I'm really liking the thinking here.
That's not why. It is not why I picked that, by the way. Go ahead, Ken.
I think Oregon's running game, though, is fine in the rain, and I think Oregon's running game is going to be exactly what proves to be too much for Wisconsin to handle. I don't think that they're the same up front as previous seasons, and I think that Oregon's going to be able to exploit a lot of those weaknesses.
Sure.
All right, next game I got is, I think, the more interesting matchup for the Big Ten this weekend, which is Nebraska heading out to USC. USC is favored by 9.5, and I have not been impressed by USC one bit this year. So even though USC is favored at home, I'll take Nebraska to win 28-24.
Yeah, no, I agree with Kenny. I haven't been really impressed with USC at all this year. Nebraska is on a little bit of a free fall, not a free fall, but just not a fall from grace because they were doing pretty well, and I think their come to Jesus moment, I guess, was against U of I, shockingly. So I'm gonna pick Nebraska to win this game. Yeah, Nebraska wins. What was the what you got, Kenny? I'm sorry. What was the
I
spread?
have spread. I have USC favored by 9.5. Over under. I have it 51 right now, or last I checked.
Yeah, I got Nebraska winning, and then I got the under.
As an Iowa Hawkeyes fan. Yep.
Let's go to the
Talk
gym
shit.
and get some sodas.
Let's talk y'all shit. I don't care. As an Iowa fan, I don't pick Nebraska. Hate to break it to you, I'm still not gonna pick Nebraska. USC wins. USC covers. Fuck the corn. Fuck the Cornhuskers.
Fuck the corn. Fuck the
I was almost a
corn.
Cornhusker.
Okay, well, sorry.
I don't give a shit.
I don't know about you, Cy, but there's nothing more that I love than some nice, fresh picked corn, baby. I'm gonna be eating
This
some
is such
corn.
a lie.
Nebraska is going to go in and beat USC. It might be a closer game. They're both pretty bad teams, but I'm gonna go with Mini Patrick Mahomes. He's going to roll this one out. We're gonna be enjoying corn together. And did you know that corn does not digest in your body? It has no nutritional value, and it does not digest in your body. I'm going with Nebraska. Give them to me. I think it'll be like 23-10. That's what I'll go.
Ooh. Yeah, I think the only thing USC really has going for them with this game is they're putting on some throwback uniforms, but past that, it's all Nebraska, I think. All right, last game I got is Tennessee heading to Georgia. Georgia's favored by 9 points. Over-under is at 48.5 last I saw. I think 9 points is surprising. I think this could almost be a pick 'em. The only advantage really is Georgia being at home right now. So I have Georgia winning 21-17. Very close game. I'm surprised the spread is that high.
This is the game of the week.
That's why I saved it for last for you, Connor.
I kiss you, Kenny.
Wait, what are you doing? All right. I think Georgia. This is a must-win for Georgia, flat out. It's a must-win. Tennessee, from what I've watched of their games, I like Tennessee's offense a lot. Saying that, Georgia wins. What time is that? A night game too? Yeah, it is. Sure. Yeah, Georgia covers, and I'm gonna say over.
We're gonna make this easy. Georgia wins. Georgia covers. I don't care that Nico can't pronounce your last name.
It's
good. Carson Beck better. Georgia wins.
Carson Beck better.
Yeah, I love how Cy is saying Carson Beck is better when Carson Beck has done virtually nothing for Georgia this year.
Carson Beck is the reason why Georgia.
I'm aware.
He is not the reason Georgia is in contention right now.
I know.
Because I could step in for Georgia right now and have the same exact result as Carson Beck.
Let's not go that far.
I have a feeling deep down in my bones that Georgia's going to win this game. But in my opinion, Tennessee is the best team in the SEC. Their defense is just nasty. Ooh, it's so nasty. I mean, they just get better every week, but the offense looks like it gets worse every week. This is not going to be an offensive game. This is going to be a test of the defense. We might see a repeat type score like we did last week versus Ole Miss and Georgia. Tennessee's going to win this. I'm going to be the odd man out and say Tennessee, but it's going to be a dang close ball game. Give me – where do I want to go? Give me 2014 Tennessee. Game of the week. Game of the week. It's going on my TV, my phone. It's going on my – all
right, let's jump.
It's everything.
All right, we got 5 minutes. Let's go. This is a heater, boys. This is a heater.
All right, heat it up, baby.
All right, tonight's game, Commanders, Eagles. I don't know what the spread at the beginning of the game was. Eagles minus 4.5. I actually balls out. I had the Eagles to win this game, but I had the Commanders covering. I don't know what the over under was.
I'm sticking with Jaden Daniels because he's my savior and offensive rookie of the year. Pookie. Commanders.
He is the offensive rookie.
Eagles. Let's go, Jalen Hunt.
Eagles. Easy.
Next game, Jaguars at Detroit. The spread is 13.5 to Detroit. Over under is 46.5. 13.5 is a lot of points. Jacksonville doesn't have their starting quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, the long-haired bomber, I guess, is out with a shoulder injury. I'm going Lions cover, or Lions win, and I'm betting the under.
This is a Lions kneecap feast.
Actually, no, over.
Lions kneecap feast. Lions win.
If the Lions score 46 points and cover it all by themselves, won't be surprised. Lions win.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, wait, over.
Right. My thoughts exactly. Lions.
Let's think about this, guys.
Yeah, Lions. Well, you don't really need to think about this one. Lions.
You don't need to think
better.
about this.
Jaguars are terrible.
Pearson gets fired after this week. It's
never trust a Clemson quarterback. Lions all day.
He's not playing.
Next game. After last
Jones isn't better.
After last week's debacle at Soldier Field, which yours truly picked, the Green Bay Packers come to town to face the Chicago Bears. The Green Bay Packers are favored by 5.5. The over/under at 40.5. I am picking the Green Bay Packers to win, cover, and score 55 points. And I'm going to bet the over.
Yeah, I think Packers could win with Malik Willis and one hand tied behind his back. Packers win this game.
I think they could put me in a quarterback, and
I'm never in the rest of the season betting on a single Chicago Bears player.
I'm not picking the Bears to win the rest of the year.
It's for the best.
I mean, this is kind of where I had the Bears at anyways, constantly losing, constantly disappointing. Green Bay has some unnatural winning record against the Bears right now. So it'd be foolish
to break that record, by the way.
Yeah, it'd be pretty foolish to pick against Green Bay, as much as I hate to admit it. Bears are the little brother in this rivalry for a long time to come. So Packers win.
Jake May definitely does own the Chicago Bears, Jack.
Everybody owns the Chicago Bears except the Chicago Bears.
I would say the defense owns the Chicago Bears.
Next.
And one more thing, the only way for the Chicago Bears to win this football game is if Jordan Love continues to be a Make-A-Wish Brett Favre. All right, next one. The LA Rams at the New England Patriots. Currently, the LA Rams are favored by 4.5. Over-under is at 43.5. Now, the Patriots are facing a team that actually has a head coach with balls and a quarterback that can throw the ball quick and an offensive line that can block. Rams cover, win the game, and I'm going to bet the over.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it to the Rams, even though they just lost. Let me get the Rams.
Rams.
Next game, Cleveland Browns at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints, oddly enough, are only favored by 1.5 at home. Over/under is at 44.5. Gentlemen, I'm actually going Saints win, and I'm going to bet the under.
Oh, and the Saints. Oh, we going to eat that W on Jameis.
Call the line, guys. If you're betting on this, call the line.
Wow.
Just call the line.
This ain't no call the line game, son.
Nah. My friend, call the line.
Kenny, what you got?
I'll take the Saints only because they're at home, and I hate Cleveland, so Saints.
All right, so right now, if you guys got FanDuel, the Saints are favored by 1.5, and it's plus 100. So that tells you where the money's going. Woo. All right, Vikings at Titans. Vikings are on a fall from grace, minus 5.5. The Vikings are favored. The over/under is at a paltry 39.5. I'm gonna bet that I'm I'm gonna say Vikings win, but Titans cover, and I'm going under.
Vikings win. It'll be close though.
Vikings win 2-touchdown game.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking Vikings win by 10. So I'll take the Vikings for sure.
Like it. All right. Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Tomlins. The Baltimore Ravens are favored by 3. The over-under is at 48.5. I am going to pick the Steelers because I like what they're doing, and their defense is smart. However, fuck. Now that I'm thinking about it, you know what? I'm going to backtrack. They're playing the NFL MVP. I'm gonna say the Ravens win and they cover, and I'm gonna go under.
I was gonna disagree with you, Bruce. The Steelers have yet to play a divisional opponent, and they barely beat the fighting Jaden Daniels last game, if not for a rookie getting off sides. The Ravens are gonna win this game and say, "Hey, Steelers, you haven't played a division rival yet. You got to play one, and we're winning." So Ravens win.
Ravens win. Ravens cover. I feel like Steelers defense is about to have a bad day.
All right, I'll take the Steelers in the under. I think that defense will show up. Pittsburgh at home, that stadium's really nice, and the fans are amazing. So I'll take the Steelers at home over the Ravens.
What's it called now? It's not called Heinz Field anymore. It's called something else, right?
It's called.
What's it called?
Azure or something like that.
I think it's like an actual name.
What's it called?
Acrisure. ACRISUR.
Yeah,
that's a mortgage company, isn't it?
Probably.
Or an investment company.
Don't matter. Next.
Anyways, all right, next game.
But they kept the ketchup bottles. I don't get it. Sorry.
That's fine. Colts at Jets. Jets are favored somehow by 3.5 against the Fighting Anthony Richardsons. The over-under is at 43.5. Gentlemen, I have the New York Aaron Rodgers Achilles winning this game and covering. And I'm gonna bet the over because I think neither defense is gonna be able to stop the offenses right now.
I think if you had Aaron Rodgers' Achilles out there just in front of Anthony Richardson, he still wouldn't know how to throw a football. You could just take out Aaron Rodgers' Achilles and put it in front of him, and he still wouldn't know how to throw a football. The Jets win this game, and you probably should have kept Daddy Joe Flacco in.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you can pull that one up for this one.
I was about to say, I'm glad you corrected the.
I'm glad
you corrected me.
I'm gonna correct myself. Call the line. I'm not gonna say anything.
Anyway, what you got?
I'll take the Jets because they're at home. The turf will eat Anthony Richardson up just fine. So Jets take it.
And then Joe Flacco will come in and the same thing will happen.
The turf monster. All right, we got the Raiders at the Dolphins. The Raiders at Dolphins. Dolphins are favored by 7. Over-unders at 44.5. Dolphins win, cover, over.
Give me the Dolphins. They win.
Dolphins, let's make this easy.
Yep. Dolphins.
All right. Next game, Seahawks at 49ers. 49ers are minus 6.5. McCaffrey is looking good. Over-under is at 48.5. 49ers win. 49ers cover. And I'm going under because that's kind of a large over-under.
Seahawks are last in their division, and it's pretty much a toss-up for everybody. I think the Seahawks actually pull this one out and win.
Ooh. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niners win. Niners cover. However, I am also taking the under.
It seems like a toss-up to me. I'll go with Connor. I'll take Seattle on this one.
Next game. Falcons at Broncos. Oh, I kind of like this game. Falcons at Broncos. Broncos are favored by 1.5. The over-under is at 44.5. Oof. I'm going to go with the Falcons solely because the quarterback is better. And I'm going to go with I'm going to go over.
This is an emotional pick. I would love the Falcons. I would love the Falcons to go and beat Sean Payton like they've done so many other times before. But give me the Broncos because I need the Falcons to keep losing like they did last week. 3 missed field goals. Keep it going.
Falcons got a chip on their shoulder. I don't see them losing 2 weeks in a row. Falcons win. Falcons cover.
I'll take Denver in those ugly uniforms.
Which ones they wearing?
Doesn't matter. They're all ugly. Except their
No,
throwback.
that's not true. That is
Except
not
the throwback.
true.
Except the throwback.
I like the throwbacks. I like the ones that Elway won a Super Bowl in.
No, I'm saying right now, this year, they just
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you're
they're
right.
new jerseys.
Yeah, okay, they're new ones.
It looks like
okay.
it looks like an XFL team.
Those are absolute trash. 100% agree. All right, next game. Wait, never mind. I'm not going to say anything. Kansas City Chiefs at Buffalo Bills. Bills are favored by 2.5. Josh Allen is arguably having his best season of his career. Over under is at 46.5. Guys, this game could be a fun ass game. Chiefs win. Over.
I'm going to agree with you, Bruce. Josh Allen's gotten the best of Mahomes in the regular season, but if the Chiefs were to lose, I'm predicting it's against the divisional rival. Like they were close to losing last week. Like I said last week. Chiefs win.
Yeah, the Chiefs aren't going to be undefeated anymore. Bills win.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there's a time for the Chiefs to lose, now is it. So then they can recover.
They can lose
back
this
into
game and
it.
it won't matter at all.
Exactly. So this is the perfect game for them to kind of miss a step. Bills win easily.
Easily. Whoa.
Next
game.
Sorry, not easily.
Oh, fair. Your pick was easy, right?
Yes.
No, all right. Bengals at Chargers. The Fighting Harbaughs. Not hairy balls, but Harbaughs. The Chargers are favored by 1.5. Over under is at 47.5. No defense will be played. Justin Herbert versus Joe Burrow. Let's get it. Bengals win. And I'm going to go with the under.
I honestly think the Chargers have one of the top defenses in the NFL as of right now. At the whole season, maybe not, but like as of right now, their defense has been playing good football.
Agree.
Joe Burrow don't have the offensive line for that. I would love to say Joe Burrow throws 5 touchdowns. I don't think so. I think the Chargers win this one.
As long as Joe Burrow is throwing those 5 touchdowns to Jamar Chase, I'm happy.
I'll say that Joe Burrow throws the 5 touchdowns because that's going to happen, and they're still going to lose. Chargers win.
That's fine. That's fine. As long as he throws those touchdown passes for me.
I think
I got you.
Joe-
Hey, we're gonna best of both worlds. Best of both worlds.
The battle in Texas. The Houston Texans at the Dallas Jerry Joneses. The Texans are favored by 7.5. How the mighty have fallen. The little stepbrother that could has now turned into Goliath. The Texans are favored by 7.5. The over-under is 41.5. I want the Texans to put the biggest beat down on the Cowboys that causes Jerry Jones to fire McCarthy on the spot. Micah Parsons to say, I need to leave and go to the Packers so I can kill the Chicago Bears. All right, let's go. Texans win. Texans destroy the Cowboys. That means cover, and I'm going to bet the over because the Texans are going to get it by themselves.
If the Texans are the step brother, then the Cowboys is a step sis. And they finally got the step sis unstuck. They finally got the step sis unstuck. And they're going to beat the Cowboys. Houston wins.
What Connor said.
Woo!
Yeah, CJ Stroud all day.
Love it.
Cooper Rush, who? Micah Parsons, who? Like, who? Them boys aren't them boys no more. Come on now. I'm sorry. And I get to make fun of Cowboys fans now. I live a great life.
Step boys.
They them stepsisters. All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, another great edition of Third Down Thursdays. Hopefully, MJ's back next week. I know these.
He will.
I know these amazing gentlemen will be back. Thank you, Cy, MJ's secretary. That being said, it's time
I really
for
am.
the
I just want
best
y'all to pay attention.
commercial. The best commercial in podcast history. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Zenon. Is it Zenon?
Perfect. Look at you paying
Shout out.
attention.
Shout out to Zenon. Thank you so
Buy your
much.
pet
Good luck
track.
this year and track and rock that shit. Have some fun. Let's get it, gentlemen. Kenny, you got
Go
anything?
follow our guy.
Nope, it's been real.
Connor, Sai, you guys got anything?
Iggity biggity boogity baggy.
Hey,
Go,
pay
Pack,
attention. Pay attention to our social medias.
Go,
things
Pack,
coming for us
go.
on Saturday.
Dun, 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 dun. Go, Pack, go.
I really
Bear down, Chicago Bears.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh,
yeah.
Who didn't run the outro?
He's running right now.
Oh yeah.